Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Edison 30K Media. Today I have my buddy Bosco Li with me, and we're gonna just kind of give a review and go over his car right here in the background. So I'm gonna not put the whole spotlight on me. I'm gonna try to give it to him as much as possible because I'm sure he knows his car and knows his stuff way better than I do. So yeah, Bosco, tell everybody like who you are and what made you kind of want to work in this car and what is this car? What's so special about it?
Well, it's kind of a long story. Growing up, I didn't really have enough money to buy a Supra like everyone else. So I picked up a '97 SC300 automatic. It shares a lot of components with the Supra. Obviously, the most set-out thing is the 2JZGTE engine. Unfortunately, Toyota didn't give the GTE to the SC300 when they shipped the car here, so we stuck with the NA motor. But I've always wanted to build like a turbo car, see if I can do it. Not necessarily drive it really hard, but I just love wrenching in the car, gives me a break. Whenever I need it, I come to my garage. It's just like my space to kind of relax.
Yeah. So like I heard a lot about like 2JZs, and you're like in Supras obviously, but I mean, what's so special about this engine? Like, why did you pick it for the car?
Well, the stock bottom is really good for a lot of horsepower, and that's where the money is. It has a cast iron block with aluminum head. It can handle a lot of boost. The stock piston and stock rods, they are proven. So that's kind of why I picked this project. I also had a 1JZ before, so it kind of shared a similar block, similar component with the 2J, and that's why I kind of went in this at a budget.
Nice. I mean, like suspension-wise, like what's your current setup? Like, what are you running on this SC300 right now?
Well, when I first got the car, the first thing I did was suspension. I knew the car needed a suspension to handle all the horsepower, so to say. So I changed all the control arms, I changed all the bushings, just regular Fortune 500 auto coilovers. So that's pretty much for suspension.
Nice. That's good. So like, yeah, I mean, Bosco does all his work literally here in his house, in his garage. I mean, did you ever run into like any difficulty with this project? Like, did you get stuck and you're like, damn, like, how am I gonna pass this hurdle?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have a lot of equipment. Like, I do everything here.
Yeah.
If something gets stuck, I was always just frustrated. I go back upstairs. I come back down here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff like the wiring harness that I kind of solder myself. There's a lot of setting in AEM Infinity that I didn't know how to do when I first got the car, how to crank it.
Yeah.
So all those things I just kind of learned from like the internet. I've never made welds. I started with TIG welding.
Oh yeah, welds too.
So that was kind of the hurdle for me because I knew having a 240 volt TIG welder, will pay itself off in the long run. I can weld aluminum. I can weld my exhaust. I can weld, some component of the engine, like the coolant line. I can weld them shut, etc. So that was really helpful, and that took a while for me to learn how to TIG weld.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I noticed you had like S2000 seats, and I mean, when I first saw it, I was like, how did you fit these seats in there? But it turns out you do welding, and it's kind of funny because I drove an S2000 and seeing the seats in that car, it's kind of cool though. I mean, do you like them?
I do like them. I still have a Bride seat, a bucket seat, but this car before I was using it as a daily driver, so it was kind of stiff.
Yeah.
So I took it out, and then I saw the S2000 seat, and it was just perfect. I just knew I had to have it, and they make that tan color. That took me like forever to find them, and I drove to the Bay Area, I picked it up, and just welded the bracket onto it, and they fit perfect.
Nice. So I'm looking over to your left right here, and I see a 1JZ, but in your car you got a 2JZ. So like, I mean, for those people out there that are like not really into Supras or don't know much about like the 2JZ or 1JZ kind of engine, like what's the difference? Like, can you kind of like maybe educate me and maybe tell some of the people out there like what's like the key things and main things?
Well, the 1J came, the SC300 is called Toyota Sora in Japan, and it comes with a 1JZ. And they share pretty much the same block, but has a small displacement. So the block's actually a little shorter than 2JZ. So instead of a 3.0 liter, the 1J actually have a 2.5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that would be like the main difference, and also like the head is different, so to say, you know. But majority of the component they share like pretty good. I mean the turbo header doesn't really have the same flange. Intake header doesn't have the same flange, but design wise they are pretty similar. Yeah.
Nice. Well, I guess since you've had a lot of experience, I guess like working on projects and like building the car, if you could give, I guess, advice to like people out there like noobs or people that are beginning to like build out their own car, like what would you tell them?
I mean, I think I'm still an amateur, like as far as this point. Like I didn't know what I was really doing. I read up on the internet for like a year on how to do a swap. I mean, I went out and bought like a cherry picker, and I just kind of pull the engine out and kind of learn as I go. So the advice I'll probably give is just do it right the first time. I think that's the most important thing. Like most people try to rush to get, I've been there. Try to rush to get the engine done. So you can boost on the street, and in the long term, if you build it right from the ground up. I mean, this car probably took me like 4 years to build. It was saving money, like along the way. So
yeah. I mean, you guys check out his website and his description. I'll link it in the description. Literally, it has like everything laid out, like all stuff he's done, engine-wise, suspension components to like interior to everything. So if you guys are interested, you should check it out. And I mean, you love the car, right? I mean, like, you have any plans on like, I guess, taking to the track or I guess the drag strip, or what's your kind of plan going forward?
I'm probably gonna use this as a drag car for now and see how well I do. But eventually, I'm gonna turn this into a track car. Nice. Because I love this car. I was gonna buy a GTR. I have an ISF. I mean, I drove. My brother has a GT3. So I mean, somehow this car is just the car I love. I just can't explain it. So. Like the first time, like hearing the car, that feeling is you just can't explain it. It's like you're working it for 4 years. Yeah. The car sitting in the garage for like 4 years, so a long time. It's like the first time you turn it over. I've done it maybe like twice, and I'll never really forget that moment. You just feel like you got it done. It's finally turned over. So
yeah.
I guess going back to this car, I mean, I bought this car for like $2,600. Salvage car.
Yeah. Craigslist.
On Craigslist. It's 97. It was hit in the back. But every component I put on it is it's probably more expensive than the car. So
I mean, do you think the car is worth like like all that time and that money you spent to the car? I mean, people might look at it as like, oh my god, you're just throwing money away. But I mean, in like for us car guys, I think it's worth it. It's actually. It makes you, it's kind of like an escape, from all that work and all that school and everything else that you're doing.
Right. I mean, I was going to law school for 4 years, and this is kind of like my escape, like you say, I would just kind of wrench on it slowly, but, I'm not really an OCD guy. I know a lot of people probably pay a lot of attention to detail. I mean, on some parts I do, but, I think that's very important, to build, or to get the right part and spend the time, to kind of research and, before you buy what you need. So
cool. Well, guys, I think like we've had an awesome chat here, but we're gonna just try to take this car for a spin, and kind of get a feel for what the car is like. I mean, obviously, I've never driven a car that's like over 300 horsepower, so this thing's probably gonna scare the shit out of me. But I'm gonna try to stay calm and not panic. But let's just check out the car, take it for a spin, and check out some exhaust notes, and we'll. I'll be telling you guys, and have Bosco tell you guys what it's like to be inside of this awesome SC300. So, yeah, we'll talk to you guys in a bit.
Car tuned on an EM Infinity 6 ECU or EMS. So I have just a regular EM boost gauge mixed series, and then I have a CAN bus gauge. So since I'm connected to the ECU, I can select like all the settings that I want to see: intake temperature, AFR, ethanol level, boost duty, boost level, etc., etc. Interior-wise, steering wheel is actually from 2014 CT200H. I get a lot of question on it. The cover is actually not an airbag; it's just a cover. So the '90s car, the original steering wheel was just so big. This is slightly smaller. Obviously, you mentioned the seats from the S2000, so that's pretty much it for the interior.
After like 3,000 RPM, it just pulls like really hard.
Yeah, it pulls all the way to 6,800.
That's crazy. There's something about that blow valve that just like gets to you. You know it's a turbo car when you hear that sound. And it sounds cliche, but it just sounds so nice. Like rev matching is really easy in this car.
Yeah.
The fun thing about this car is that as fast as it is,
Yeah, so.
As fast as it is, it's still pretty comfortable. The ride is not really that bumpy or harsh at all. And I mean, you can probably daily drive this anything. I mean,
Steering in this car is actually pretty good after I changed all the bushing to solid and the rack.
Oh, yeah.
But it just, I think the stock rack has like a 17.5 to 1 turn.
Right.
So it actually takes you a lot of turning to move the car, which, unfortunately all the 90s cars are like that.
Yeah.
So.
Is this a 6-speed?
A 5.
5, okay.
Yeah.
Let's jump to 6.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty quiet too. I mean, there's no vibrations or anything.
Yeah.
Everything is like pretty in check. Interior is pretty clean actually for a car this age. I like how the color of the seats matches the rest of your car, and
That's 2000 seat. You sit a lot lower too. Like the stock seats are like really comfortable, but this is actually very comfortable.
Yeah, it is for sure. Well, that was an awesome drive, and I had a great time reviewing Bosco Li's SC300. I wanted to, say thanks to him for letting me take the car out and giving me the chance to review his car. It's great. Good job on the build, and I know he spent a lot of time and effort and blood and sweat into his car. So it's done right, and everything is good, and I hope it works out for him going forward. And thank you to all you guys for watching and subscribing to this channel. If you guys have any questions or comments, please like and subscribe below. Once again, check out his build. I'll have all the links in my description, and you can click on that and check it out. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me at my email or just send me a PM. And I'll talk to you guys very soon. Thanks again, and have a great day and safe driving. Peace.